I would request Dr. Sameera to come forward, and she will talk to us on the realities of how you navigate the legal labyrinths. Over to you.
Okay. At the outset, I thank you, Dr. Sanita and KSOS, for giving me the opportunity. Actually, we are running short of time, so I'll be just talking on the slides and maybe we can take up something later. So, navigating the legal labyrinths, how the legal blind spots were negotiated. So, I had come to Kerala and I left Kerala in 2007 and I came back to Kerala in 2018. So most of the people have forgotten my existence and they don't know like who I was. And when I was in my hometown, nobody knew me. So I had to start right from the scratch. And me being a vitreoretinal surgeon, starting the first standalone practice in Kerala with a VR setup was not that easy. So why this topic matters is the Kerala regulations are unique and all the blind spots or some, even one blind spot can shut down a clinic. So there is a drama behind every compliance and state level rules, central regulations do interplay, there are public expectations and there are strong focus on patient rights and transparency. It is much easier to start on your own in other parts of the state, not like a state like Kerala. So it's very, very easy outside Kerala, but it's very tough to start on your own in Kerala. So these are the state central bodies like the Kerala Clinical Establishment Council, Pollution Control Board and the TCMC. And you have the local governors like the local Panchayat, Municipality and Corporation, and you have Fire and Rescue Services and Drug Control Department. Now the first step whenever you're planning an introduction is you have to decide what is the entity type, whether you are going to do is a proprietorship, partnership or LLP. So depending upon that, you have to go for an agreement and you have to see like what are the tax registrations, DIN, PAN, GST, these all things has to be done. So if you're planning for LLP, that is much more better. So that's what we did. Me and my husband, we have started on our own. So many people were asking like why you have gone for a proprietor, why you didn't go for a proprietorship or why you didn't go for a private thing and all, why you have gone for an LLP. The basic reason was LLP, definitely yes, when in the tax bracket, they are going to eat you with 30%, but you are at peace. They are not going to touch you, no matter whatever happens. So we have opted as an option of LLP. So whenever it is LLP, you have to go with the company secretary. So that will come under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Lots of things are there. And whenever we are getting associated, so you have to see like whether you are planning an eye clinic or an eye center alone, or if at all getting associated with another services. Like suppose you are a refractive surgeon, you have to plan with other licenses like Human Organs Act has to be there. If you're planning for a pharmacy, you have to take separate license for that. So these all things should be kept in mind. Now the key registrations, what you have to see is the clinical establishment, shops and commercial establishment, municipal trade license, biomedical waste and building and fire NOC. So when I have started, and my husband is a techie guy, he's from IIT Bombay, so we both were not knowing what are the things ahead when we are starting it. And in fact, most of the doctors, and they were not aware much of the things like whenever we were discussing. That is one illiteracy which we doctors face in finance as well as in the legal aspect. We know only how to treat patients. That's actually too sad. So I must request like KSOS also to take all these things in hand so that we can actually help the budding entrepreneurs in the future. Now, the Kerala Clinical Establishment Act have started in 2018. So this is a mandatory registration which is supposed to be done. And most of the states are doing it, but in Kerala we are not doing it because there is a stay which has been there. But in the 2 days back, the Kerala High Court has upholds the State Clinical Establishment Act. So many of the centers are not registered till yet because they were actually asking us to display the baseline and the package rates, and there were so many rules, so we have not registered into it. So, but now it is mandatory because this thing has come 2 days back. Now, pollution approvals are very important. So, waste such as soil waste, linen, sharp waste, all these things should not be gone with the normal one. So, you have to obtain consent. So, you have to get into the website and have to do it. And biomedical waste, this is in collaboration with Image IMA. You have to register for affiliation, color coding. All these things has to be done. Now, whenever you are planning for your practice, you have to see like whether it's on your own or whether you are going in for a lease. So depending upon that, even if it's a small practice also, the consultation room should be with a minimum of 100 square feet to operate a small doctor's clinic. So you have to get a certificate for occupancy for completion if you are building on your own. Otherwise, if you are leasing it, you have to take an agreement and ensure that the owner has received all the required building permits. So once you like a building and we are going and you give all the advance payments and all, and then you come to know that this person has not, that has happened to one of my friends actually. He has given an advance payment of 10 lakhs and everything was ready, even the deed was made, and once he is going for a registration only, then he came to know that the building owner itself has not have any permission. So that's very difficult. So you have to see all the documents by yourself. It is very, very important. And when the building, the clinic and setup, whenever you have to look for if the building is more than 15 meters tall, whether it is lease, whether it is your own, a copy of the fire NOC is required. Now, you have to have the approvals, the medical professionals and employee, no matter physicians, we all will be having, but take care of your nurses, whether the nurses are having fake degrees, you interview the person, see all the certificates by yourself, registration of the optometry council, and even the pharmacy also. So these all things should be needed whenever you're taking the staffs. And drug license, that retail license for drugs, that has to be taken. But narcotic medications, if you are planning to keep in your pharmacy, you have to take a special permission from the district collector. Say for example that you're treating CSR with alprazolam, you're not supposed to keep it in your pharmacy. So that you should be very careful. And the specifications and layout, it is very, very important, because they can pick you at any moment and they can do all nuances as a surprise visit. And ambulance, if you have, you should have the proof of ownership, and the PUC certificates and vehicle fitness certificate all should be there. And these are the licenses which are supposed to be displayed at a center. That is a must. You should have your registration certificate, the hospital certificate, the fire safety certificate, the biomedical waste management, operational licenses for specialized services should be kept, and that should be displayed in different part of the reception, because you can expect surprise visit from any department at any time. This is how I do it. And the common pitfalls and issues is mainly because of the document and the application error and the non-compliance of the infrastructure and the safety. And there will be legal status and the personal problems as well. So mostly it is due to the outdated paperwork. When you are not looking into it, someone else is doing for you. And sometimes you are failing to submit all the mandated documents. And the funny thing is, whenever you are going to the municipality and all, most of the clerks over there does not know the application form or the fees and all. They will not be telling you. So this will be subjected to periodic revision by the district authority, so that can cause you trouble later on. Now, the very difficult problem which I had faced was the generator approvals, so which we have done it later. So whenever you are planning for a generator which was not in your first pipeline, so you should have the proper drawings, the layout, and everything should be there. If this is not there, once you are planning for the electorate visit and all, that will kill your time, that will kill you like anything. So make sure whenever you are building a hospital, every drawings, layouts, everything you should be getting from the contractor, otherwise that is going to harm you like anything. So display of name board of every establishment in state specific language, that is very important. This can also cause you trouble. So this we were not knowing it, and later on somehow we have managed with the reception within Malayalam. So renewal, when there is no proper intimation, that can tax you later. So you should have all the things, professional tax, employee tax, everything should be there. So this will actually help you, and payments also should be there. So, and the last is always the staff training, which everyone was talking about. Even if you have started, if you have not started, whatever it is there, you have to keep your staff training and updation has to be done, because every single person in your center should know what is happening. Someone can come as a mufti police, or anyone can come and they can ask one of your staffs like, what is this? If they open your mouth, that becomes very difficult. So keep training your staff, update everything, whatever is happening, so that it will be much more useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sameera.